Hey there, welcome race fans. We're here with Under Caution. My name is Heather and this is Puka. Today we are sponsored by ZuliRaceEngines.com and we want to let you know that with the racing season kind of wrapping up here with WYZOTA, that we are going to just be moving down to one show a week instead of our two shows. And when the racing starts to ramp back up, we'll be back with our two shows every week. So one show each week for this this time period. And we got lots of snow outside, so
that's hence, yeah. Had to wear the hat. No visor anymore. Snow everywhere.
But it's the good sticky snow. It's fun to go out and have a snowball fight in. So, so we have an interesting topic today, and it's going to be something that we're going to want you to make comments and share out to us and let us know kind of what you're thinking with this topic. So it's kind of the good, the bad, and the ugly of a two-day show. But this two-day show specifically that we're going to be discussing is a two-day show with one payout. So, it's just the one complete show. How does that impact the drivers? How does that impact the fans? And how does it impact the promoters? I think that for the promoters, it's a dream come true. They get the fans in the seats, they get the drivers in the pits and racing, and they get all the tickets for the two-day show, they get the concessions for the two-day show. And it's really good for the vendors that are there too. But what about those hardcore fans that are there and they want to see the really good racing and maybe two complete shows? So I'm gonna toss it over to you.
So you were coming off Ogilvy, obviously a very successful event, 300 cars. Talk about a marathon. Not gonna find, that's a whole different topic. I mean, do I want to go to a race with 300 cars?
Yeah.
Not my cup of tea, and like I said, it's just a marathon, and I've run a marathon, and that's enough. So that's a whole different topic. But what we're talking about here, yes, is the good, bad, and ugly of these, these two-day programs like Ogilvy was, where you get paid once. I think that they're going to continue to grow, and like you had mentioned, there's really three elements to this. First off is, of course, the racer. And the racer kind of knows going in what to expect, whether he's going to make, get points for two shows, like people that are chasing the WYZOTA national points. I think WYZOTA, I think there's a lot fewer racers that actually race for those points. I think there's only like a half a dozen. I think WYZOTA thinks a lot more do, but I think there's only like a half dozen people in each class that really look at that thing. So they know going in whether they're going to get points for one show or two. They also know going in if they're going to pay two entry fees or one, and kind of the way the deal works. The promoter, obviously, like I said, it's a great deal for the promoter because he spreads his risk out. He's selling hot dogs 2 days versus one. He's selling beer 2 days versus one. He's getting the ticket sales, admission 2 days versus one. So it's really good for him or her. Now the question is the fan, and that's who matters the most, right? That's what we are. We're the fan. So it really matters what we think. Now, Fridays used to be different on some of these two-day shows. One thing that is lost, and I think it's due to all these, you got to run 8, 9, 10 classes, all these specials, are dashes. They used to have different kinds of creative dashes. Like one that pops into mind right away is Cedar Lake. During the USA Nationals in the early 90s, they used to have what was called a states dash. So they picked one driver from each state that showed up, even the Canadian provinces, and they ran a little dash, and it was kind of cool because it was, you threw a bunch of people in a hat, and it gave you some entertainment value on Friday. And that's the question is there enough entertainment value on Friday for the fan to get them there? Okay. Now, the reason one of the biggest reasons I think these are going to be successful, and you might even see more of them, is, and we've talked about it on here before, it's the camping. There's a camping boom going on for our generation. People love it. They all like pulling in their trailers, camping for a few days. Portsmouth going on this weekend, 600 campsites. 600 campsites from what I heard, full We saw at the USA Nationals this year at Cedar Lake. You know, whatever. I think they have 500 on the main property full. They bought the property across the road. There were a dozen or so there this year. The camping boom is on, and I think tracks.
And they're sold out for the next year.
Yeah, right.
As well, you know. So
Yeah, they're booking. Yeah,
really,
so
truly a promoter's dream.
yeah, this. I mean, I know of some friends of ours that are from Cambridge. They're not big race people. They actually went up to Superior for the Northern Nationals, and a big part of it was the camping. Now they were camping just at the Head of Lake Fairgrounds. There's not a lot there as far as I'm concerned, as far as camping, but it made the whole weekend experience. Was part of it. Like maybe it's 70% racing and 30% camping, or maybe it's only 60% the racing and 40% camping. So I think these are here to stay. And even if you think about the racer, you know, 98% of the racers at the track are not professional race car drivers. It's their weekend too. It's their weekend to have fun. Sure, they like the racing, but it's the same camping experience for them. And so I think that going forward, we're going to see more of these kind of shows, and like I said, to the chagrin of some racers, but it's really kind of what the fan is looking for. We've talked on the One to Go show about the 3-day late model shows that are just a boom. You go from I-80, the Silver Dollar Nationals, to the Prairie Dirt Classic, to Cedar Lake, to North-South 100, down to Batesville. They're all 3-day shows, so people pull in with their campers. They camp Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday, and pull out of their Sunday. It's like what NASCAR, you know, we're stealing all these fans from NASCAR. NASCAR used to be simple, easy, you know, it wasn't $10 for a bottled water. It wasn't 20 minutes in line for the bathroom. We're stealing all those race fans, and these 3-day events where people can pull in the camper are the events that are really starting to, well, yeah, it's growing the sport. It's continuing to grow the sport of dirt track racing.
So we would like you to weigh in. Where do you
okay.
stand?
Okay.
Where do you stand on your
So
opinion?
not
with this?
weighing in, yeah.
But
Yeah, not weighing in on this, but literally weighing in. All right, so
okay.
those of you that watch the show know I'm a hockey guy. So I don't golf, I don't hunt, I don't fish, I don't do anything except for racing in the summer, and I play a lot of hockey in the winter. And I'm in my 40s now, and so it's been coming up about the last 5 years. You know, I get pretty thick over the summer because I don't diet and I don't exercise. I rest because I play so much. But so now it's time. It's mid-October. It's time to get back in the grind. And I get this all the time. You know, Puka, you know, how do you lose weight so fast, or how do you even lose weight? And I keep telling people, remember, 40 is the new 30, is what they say, right? And there's a lot of guys my age out there, and you're listening, you know, and it's like you should be living pain-free. You should be able to move. You should be able to lose weight. You should, you know, you should feel pretty good. 40's young. I mean, it is, you know, and so I thought, and I have these conversations all the time, and so I'm just gonna put it out publicly. We'll do a weigh-in, and I'm gonna.
He will.
Yeah, well, I'll do the weigh-in, and we'll go through the numbers, but and so then I don't have to answer a bunch of texts and stuff. So I'm not really doing this for me. I'm doing it for you. Like if I can do it, you can do it. And like I said, I do it every year, kind of thing. And I'm still gonna go to McDonald's. I'm gonna go to McDonald's once a week. Maybe I'll fail them. I still go to McDonald's. If you lose the weight now, you can enjoy the holidays a little bit more. It's a little bit easier. So let's, I don't know, however you want to. I think what we'll do is we'll just do the weigh-in and then we'll turn it off. But I think I'm around that 220 area. So what I want to say to everyone is I'm going to be under 200 by Thanksgiving. So that's whatever, 5 or so weeks or something like that. So 5 weeks, 3 pounds a week should be pretty easy. So like I said, this isn't about me so much. It's more about like if I can be an inspiration to you to do it, to cut some weight. And like I said, you should be feeling good. You should be able to still move pretty well in your 40s. Even some of you that are racers, I mean, maybe, I don't know, I've never raced. Well, I've raced, but not at a competitive level. But, maybe you'd become a better racer. I don't know if you're, in a little better shape. So we'll do the weigh-in, and then we'll keep track of it over the next, couple weeks. All right. It's official. Yeah, so right around that 220 area. All right, so 220. Stay in touch, and we'll catch you all in the next video.